Hello, with this presentation, just wanted to go over some of the mentor roles and responsibilities. As a mentor, you are welcome to support your mentees with additional advice and feedback depending on your specific bandwidth. However, the goal of these slides is just to outline what the minimum expectation is for a Project Short mentor. So once you are paired with your mentee, you'll receive an initial email, and that email will introduce you to the person that you're paired with. And please reply introducing yourself and just giving a little blurb about who you are, where you are in your training. And the goal is to establish some general expectations for the mentor-mentee relationship. And then also ask the mentee to relay their goals. They do submit, when they're submitting their application at the beginning, just a general overview of what they're looking for in a mentor and what they want help with, but this can be really helpful for reiterating what those goals are for the mentee and if something else has come up in the meantime. And then, depending on what you are planning to do, we either work asynchronously or meet via a video platform. You can set a meeting time or date. So for each of these areas that a mentee would like to discuss, the following responsibilities apply. For general advice, this is any area that's not discussed here or in the next few slides. This is up to your discretion as a mentor. For school selection, personal statements, and works and activities, the goal is to review the initial list and then 2 subsequent reviews. And you will have a total of 3 drafts reviewed for each of these. For secondaries, similarly, an initial review and then 2 rounds of feedback for 3 drafts reviewed, and then up to 10 medical schools per application cycle. And for each round of submission and receipt of feedback of a partial or complete set of secondary applications, this is a round of feedback. For mock interviews, the expectation is 1 virtual session with feedback up to 90 minutes long. And then for CVs, kind of similarly with work and activities, with the other sections, an initial review with 2 subsequent rounds of feedback for 3 total drafts. For feedback and communication, if you get an email from your mentee with a question, the goal is to reply within 3 business days. If there is an email about asking for feedback, then the time frame changes to a week for replying about that material feedback. And then when providing feedback, the goal is not to line edit or ghostwrite, but really provide clear, concise, and constructive feedback and your rationale for why you're recommending that feedback so the mentee can learn through this process. If at any point you're no longer able to mentor with Project Short or work with that specific mentee, just let us know. And we can repair that mentee with someone else, and we can also remove you from our listservs if you no longer have the capacity to be a part of Project Short so that you don't keep receiving our emails. An important point here about maintaining confidentiality. So all written and oral information and the materials that are provided by the mentee constitute confidential information. So all the data and information relating to the mentee, including but not limited to names of the mentees and mentee contact information, should be kept confidential. And connecting mentees with organizational programming. So we do host programming throughout the year, and it's a great opportunity for mentees across the organization to get information about CVs, interviews, etc. with a whole group of mentors. And this is kind of the schedule here for what our yearly programming looks like. So some strategizing about MCAT prep and AMCAS, some personal statement tips, strategizing about secondaries, med school prep, interview prep parts 2 and 3, and then MCAT prep. So feedback on current programming, if you have any, feel free to email us. And then we also would love for you to volunteer for our panel. We're always looking for volunteers. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.